live yet. Says it's still going live. There we go. YouTube is now live also. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here. Just getting my second cardio session done. My last cup of coffee for the day. Yeah, I'm drinking it kind of late. It's 11 a.m., but I mean, doesn't matter. We're still fasted. Helps me burn through some fat with the extra caffeine. And I definitely have time to squeeze a second one of these in. We might take it all the way to the full hour. I'm hoping we get some good chats in here. I'm hoping I set the YouTube to public. Let me double check. Yes, it's definitely public. All right. Everything's going good there. Everything's going good on Facebook. Everything is up and running. So again, good training day. I put up the vlog already so you guys can see what happened with the training. Some pretty good stuff there. Right? Oh, interesting comments there. Sorry, I was checking my stuff real quick, my messages. All right, we're getting a few viewers starting to come in here finally. But yeah, so the training vlog is up. We got that done. I did an hour of cardio already, did the training vlog, did my sled work, which I need to put up still too. I did a single push of the sled after the training vlog. The training was really good today. I was super happy with it. And you guys will see what I'm saying, like with the overhead press, we're going to work it back in. But in the meantime, we just got to keep getting leaner now, right? Got to keep getting leaner. I feel like I look leaner, tighter, bigger in the vlog today, even though the scale hadn't reached. But I'm like, let's just step all the diet up. So even now, it's like I'm just going to come in and if it to get the cardio I need in requires me to push my feed window later, perfectly fine. We need to lose body fat more quickly anyways. All right, so I'm going to get in, get this cardio done. I'm hoping I get a really good stream. I want a super productive, super positive stream. Hopefully we get good comments in here. I'm going to stay positive. I'm not even going to argue with nonsense. I'm going to get rid of nonsense. We're going to stay positive, stay focused. It's a Monday. All right, we're going to have a solid Monday. The workout was good. I feel good. I feel phenomenal. All right, got my breakfast going in the Instant Pot. I bought a bunch of honeydew melons. I need to put the pictures up. I put up a picture of one of them I sliced up yesterday. I ate 2 of them yesterday, by the way. But they're solid. They were on sale, so I grabbed like 6 of them. I'm going to have a solid week. There we go. Feed me mortals. I mean, training was really good today. Right? The training was great. Like I said, the squat and the bench were good. The deadlift felt like a true max. But, I'll take it. I think that's where the cardio fatigue is starting to show, right on that deadlift. And that's okay. I can live with that. I can absolutely live with that, all things considered. I mean, I'll take it. Absolutely take it because the benching is doing good. And for me, benching has always historically been my weak link. My deadlift has been a strong point for me all through history. So, from that perspective, we have to look at it that way, that I'll take that bench press one. Because everyone's always hated on my bench. They've hated on my arms, stuff like that. No one's ever hated on my squat or deadlift. They're like, yeah, you're crazy strong on this. So I'm cutting and the bench is doing great, even if the deadlift is suffering a little. I mean, I'll take that win. Feed me, you didn't have like though, by the way. You commented but no like. So if you toss me a like, I'd appreciate it, brother. But yeah. But I'll take that win on the bench. I almost feel like the benching, it's like if the rate it's going, even with this cut, the way the dips are carrying over, I might have a bench press PR. People would say, how come your bench wasn't there before when you were doing all the dips? Because I was closed grip benching. That wider grip is technically better leverages. Appreciate it, feed me. But yeah, but I'm hoping this will be a good stream. Like I said, the week is off to a really good start. Right? The week is off to a really good start. So, the training is off good. I feel like I'm starting to continue to improve. I look tighter. Strength is up. And I'm in a good mood. Got clients flowing in good places. And I got everybody in good spots. I'd like to fill more coaching slots and consultations. I keep having, I had multiple cancellations on consultations. I have one guy who I've done like 3 of them in the past, keeps hitting me up to do a 2-hour and he doesn't get back to me. But I've done like 3 with him. I know he's good for it. It's just, that's been, a little slow. That kind of sucked because I had several of them scheduled that people were going to do and then they didn't follow through. So I have plenty of consultation slots now. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick and then I'll come back over to you guys, see if we got any comments. Oh, I just now saw that. Hey, man, I appreciate that super chat. Feed me. Thank you so much. That is greatly appreciated. That puts us part of the way to getting the goal. Right? That put us part of the way to the goal, didn't it? So that might happen on one of these. That would be hilarious. It would actually be. We should ever do a second one of these and somehow everyone actually does it. Then again, I've had like 30. I had $33 in one super chat a couple weeks ago. It could happen. But I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much. All right. That's going to put you in the crown. It's going to be hard to unseat you because you did a super chat in the early comments. So even if this picks up, I think you're pretty much going to be at the top. Anything happening on Facebook? We're getting no questions on Facebook yet. Hopefully that picks up a little bit. The Facebook page is doing decent this morning, though, especially with all the group chats. Those bench press clips do really well in some of the groups. It's not uncommon for some of the groups to get a couple hundred likes, off of a single little reel of the benching when I hit a good lift. Usually those long pause benches I do at my age get a lot of love on social media. In circles that specialize in that because they're like, yeah, dude's 48. And he's like doing 2 count pauses, That gets a lot of love. I think that gets a lot of love in those groups, which is interesting because historically, I get clowned for the bench. I'm going to keep working the bench, though. That's the thing. Since I'm going to arm specialize and stuff, I'm going to keep hammering the benching, right? And the bench muscles with the dips and stuff. I'm kind of curious what would happen with it. I feel like because now that I'm cutting, I'm getting leaner, and the bench is doing really well. It's like, I wonder what will happen if I just keep a mindset of losing that mind. Let's talk about mindset. We say stuff like people are like, well, you're cutting, you can't expect gains. Yeah, we can. And it is about what we tell ourselves. So what happens if I literally tell myself that I'm going to keep improving my bench while getting leaner and cutting and obsess over it? I think bigger pecs and triceps are not going to hurt me when I get leaner. Get under 200 pounds. So yeah, but that benching is feeling really good. I feel like it's in a good groove because at 340 today, nice long pause. We're doing all this cardio. We're in a cut. That was not a true max. It was real close. Like at most, I had 10 more pounds. But I felt like I had a little bit in the tank, and I kind of see where I'm weakest. What's interesting is the lockout is really fast once I get through my sticking point. Right. But here's the thing with the sticking point. What happens if I start pushing the overhead press? What happens if I get the press up? Will that press fix that sticking point? On full body, can you still do different secondary exercises? For example, Monday split squat, Wednesday belt squat, right? Sure. Feed me. You ask, can you? There is literally nobody stopping you from doing so. A lot of people rotate their lifts on full body, but the point with full body is that a lot of smaller exercises are harder to work in. They almost need to be specialization. But then he would also ask the question of, do you need to do that? A lot of times we're adding those secondary ones because it's too hard to maintain the volume on the big lifts through the sessions. So we're adding this stuff as secondary movements. But so think about that. You could, but are you going to really get a benefit from it? Right? A lot of dudes do full body, just squat every workout back in the day, and a lot of them were real strong. Just throwing that out there. It's usually what gets us is when we're stacking stuff into upper lowers or body part splits you can't just do 8 or 10 sets of squats. It just buries you, right? But on the full body, not necessarily the case because you're doing a very limited amount. But you have a lot of options. You have tons of different options with it, like everything else. What do you think about the squat? I mean, Gustav, I've done Bulgarian light on camera, right? Tell them, Peppermint, get those likes up. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate Peppermint always telling people to hit the like button. He stays on top of that. Oh, Trevor says, hey, brother, discuss your macro study. You ever considered increasing protein, reducing carbohydrates? This is on Facebook. I don't have the best luck with that. I've done that. I personally find my training falters when I do that. Like right now, it's kind of the opposite. I've kind of tapered the protein back to reasonable levels and I've bumped carbohydrates. And look how well the training is going. All right, in spite of all this cardio I'm doing, yeah, I mean, it's making me hold a little more water, but I'm probably still losing fat. Look how good the training is going while doing that. My bench is literally coming back up in a calorie deficit. So carbs. But realistically, I've talked a lot, Trevor. I've talked a ton about protein overfeeding. But keep in mind, protein overfeeding is overfeeding. If you're not going to that extreme, which you're not doing in a deficit, people need to understand when you're protein overfeeding, it's trying to lose a small amount of body fat near maintenance or forcing a surplus is what you're trying to do. And that's what those studies are on. So realistically, you're not trying to create any deficit when doing that. It's simply trying to use some metabolic trickery to lose small amounts of body fat without losing weight, without being in a true deficit. But no, there's no reason to think that adjusting it when I'm in a deficit like this is good. If anything, the higher carbohydrate is going to allow for better training. Better training means better calorie burn, better muscle retention, better chance of recomposition. But yes, I have tried that approach, and I haven't necessarily always gotten better results. Like I've done stuff where I've done very large amounts of protein while cutting. I feel like at this moment, my training is going so much better by maximizing carbohydrates, keeping enough protein and healthy fats in to keep everything kind of optimized, but pushing the carbohydrates. And it seems like it's really allowing my work capacity. Like, look how much cardio I'm able to do. Look how well the training is going. We're kind of back over to what we know. Yeah, I'm confident beyond a shadow of a doubt. Again, I'm still below my old maintenance calories, but doing way more cardio. Yeah, I'm confident I'm in a deficit. All right. And my waist has continued to get smaller. So that's the other thing too. My waistline's getting smaller. So I know I'm losing body fat irrespective of what's happening with the scale. I'd like it to be a little faster though. So I may need to tighten the food down a little more. All right, back over to YouTube. Dumb question. Can you smell ketones in your breath when you're deep? You can't always smell your own ketones, no. A lot of times other people can. Coach, have you ever done as much cardio as this? Obviously, yes. Peppermint. You know my history. So when I originally lost weight, yes. I ran my way to 150 pounds of weight loss when I was younger. Do you think that's only an hour a day? Yeah, I've definitely done this much before. Trevor says, okay, makes sense. Awesome. But Trevor, keep the comments coming here, man. These have been a little slow on the bike lately. Some of the walks have been really, really lit up on the Facebook, but it seems like on the bike rides, the YouTube gets all the love. I don't know why. It's not maybe kicking them in the feed as much. It's interesting. I mean, they're still getting decent views, though. They still get more views than my YouTube does. My Facebook in general, even the videos get more views than YouTube. I know you were a runner who wasn't sure how many hours. It was, I mean, Peppermint, I have no idea because it was 25 years ago. But it was a lot. Let's just put it that way. It was a lot. It was probably comparable to this. And I wasn't able to eat enough to maintain weight. Like eating clean foods and running as much as I was at that body weight, I pretty much ate till I was full every day. No hunger. Because it was all whole foods. Like I was eating just clean food. I cut all the junk out of my diet. And when you're 300 pounds and running every day, I was literally not capable of eating enough to maintain my body weight. Yeah. But, so again, it's old history, kind of hard to know. I've had periods of time where I did do large amounts of lifts, though, at different points. Pick this up a step, right? Since we're on the back stretch of the fast. Like yesterday was good on all that. So it's kind of like I only did 3 hours of the lifts, but I also did the sled work, and then I went and did a 15-minute weight vest walk right before I ate yesterday. So, today's still going to be solid because we trained. We did lifting first, So if this ends up hitting 2 hours of lifts, I'm still very happy with it. I'm added a bunch of salt. I want to see what happens if I bump my sodium back up, if it makes me whoosh or anything at all. I'm going to experiment around with it. So I added quite a bit of salt to my brown rice just now. Sometimes I've had that happen to where I'm not getting enough salt, and then it makes me hold a little extra water. But also I'm eating a huge amount of potassium, like 7-8 grams a day. So that's also a factor. But it's also, well, now I'm saying I don't know why my muscles are so full. I'm like, probably because I'm eating 8 grams of potassium a day while eating carbs. That could be a factor with the creatine in there. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. So kind of makes sense. Intramuscular water from potassium. Because my diet alone is like 5 grams easily of potassium, and then I'm throwing potassium salts and everything. I throw a gram in my water. I dump potassium salt and everything. So it really accumulates. My diet itself in some days could be 6 grams before any of that's added of potassium. High potassium foods like crazy. Just pounds and pounds of it. Well, hopefully the live picks back up. These views are bouncing back and forth. But we got likes. We got a super chat. So there's that. You would think when people start dropping supers, they kick it into more feeds because YouTube gets a small cut of that. They get paid. So they want that. That's desirable for them. They keep like 15% or something. So they get paid directly for that. So you would think they would make them want to kick stuff over to people more. Tricep vein, yeah. Tricep vein's coming along. Anything else happening on Facebook? We just got Trev Dog in there. Sorry, Trevor, you got a D for your last name, so I'm going to call you Trev Dog. He's probably like, yeah, that's my actual nickname. Dudes called me in high school. Oh, okay, cool. That would just kind of flow naturally. Coach, what is the benefit of you doing your cardio fasted? Burning body fat? Trevor's in here too. Love it, right? It's a solid nickname, dude. What's up, Trev Dog? I think it's legit. Like, it's a good, solid nickname. Like, and you can't hate on it. Yeah. See, someone should be calling you that real life. That should be your nickname. Be like, what's up, Trev Dog? And then give you a fist bump. It's workable. I always come up with nicknames for all my bros like that. Because that's how you have to deal with your homies, with your bros. You got to be that way. Got to give them good nicknames here and there. Right? I feel a lot of dudes don't have that today, that brotherhood. We used to get that at the gym, though. I mean, let's talk about that at the gym, man. We always had, among the real lifters and stuff, there was, because gyms were more community back in the day, we had that. There was that sense of brotherhood, and a lot of the gym bros, you went and hung out with them. Like some of the other dudes there, like some just be like, hey, man, we're going to go hit the China King, afterwards. We all go hit the buffet or whatever. And not even talking about Alpha Destiny's buffet, like it was just random. It wasn't like it was your one workout partner. It was so several of the dudes, hey, man, we're going to go hit the buffet. You want to go to the Chinese buffet, make those gains? And everybody's like, yeah, man, like 5 of us. We didn't even know everybody there. It's just the lifters. And then they look worried when you walk in, right? It's like all these big mofos coming in here into the buffet. They're about to clear us out. Like, you've been here for 2 hours. You leave now. You ate all the egg rolls. Get out. I don't have that sense of brotherhood in the gym. It would seem strange now, right? Throwing the lifters out. Jim, the Chinese buffet was a great road. It was. That was back in the day. We used to do that. There was a place there. I think it was called the China King. It was like right there. Go to the China King, man. And just eat all that protein and get the meat sweats. That's how we all did it too. It wasn't even like we were there for the carbs and other stuff. It's kind of like we're digging into that meat. It's like sometimes we go have a leg date or whatever, a bunch of us, and it's like, let's go hit this buffet. And we're eating like 3 pounds of meat. It's like you probably had 250, 300 grams of protein at that buffet, right? And we all just drank a protein shake. And we were so obsessed with that protein intake. No, we really were, because the magazines were even telling us back then, the real bodybuilders do 2 grams per pound of body weight, right? So you're trying to sell you all the protein by you buying protein in bulk. Literally hitting the buffet after a leg day and eating over 2 pounds of meat after just slamming 50 grams of protein. Different world, right? Hitting that buffet after leg day, a lot of protein consumed, yeah. But it was also, hey, everybody, will take your D-ball and your protein, right? So again, different world. Got Justin over here messaging. Justin's doing good. Justin just hit 365 for 6 reps on his back squat. Whoo. All right. Hey, Peppermint, have you caught something there? I don't know if you've clocked him yet. Notice he hasn't been coming yet. We're getting 1 hater troll per stream now. Coincidence? Which he was always one of them, by the way. Like, I knew that all along. He dropped enough heads that he really hated me while doing the whole we have to bulk and get fat thing, Yeah, no, that's him. That's clearly him. Yeah. So that same guy coming in here, that's the same guy. It's literally the same guy. I'm almost certain I know who he is in real life too. He's who I think he is. I know his actual legal name. All right. But back over to more positive topics. Let's stay on positive notes. So yeah, I realize that. Yeah. That's one reason I didn't have a lot of trolls in here, because the one guy was obsessed with playing that one skit. So he wasn't making all his schizophrenic accounts. He actually has schizophrenia, Logan, so I'm not being mean when I say that, like legitimate. It's who I think it is. The law enforcement told me he is actually diagnosed schizophrenic. So, but he makes tons of all the accounts and some of the videos and stuff. He's on welfare actually for schizophrenia. That's who I think it is. Because he can't hold a normal job. But let's get over to positive stuff. Did you guys catch the vlog yet? I know I put the vlog up right before this, so a lot of you didn't have time to watch it. You guys can check the vlog after. Everything went really good. I mean, other than obviously the overhead press, but I think, I'm going to mess with different grips again. I've looked at some of the old footage, like my really good overhead presses. A lot of them were really close, right? I'm talking like thumbs on the smooth, close, similar to that pull up. So I'm also going to mess some with some really close overhead pressing. Some of it I might even try to get the thumb over with a true grip and see if I can maintain proper balance with it. Because I even saw a lot of the old stuff in the really old, like Iron City footage and things. Back when I had the bigger triceps, everyone knows around that time period. I'm like, man, I'm doing triples with 205 that way overhead. I was using little tiny bits of leg drive. They were not completely 100% strip, but it was like 2-3 inches of leg drives. So a little bit of soft knee. I could still do them that way. It would be fine. As long as I'm not running around screaming I'm doing a strict press. But then again, look at this silly starting strength. They do that giant hip swing and then call it a strict press. It's ridiculous. They allow that in that. That's totally not a strict press. It might as well be a push press, where they do that entire hip thing. They get hip drive on the hip drive. Do your fives, right? That's totally not a strict press. They might as well just push press. But since they have the knee lock, they're counting it. Who is the hater trail? Just got box squat to 350 for 3x5. Whoa! I think some novice template. Keep going to 3. Like Justin from this page. Dude, a box squat, 350 for 3x5 on a box. Is that a parallel box? Like, are you breaking parallel on that? Because if so, like, that's pretty solid. Did my power go out? No. Everything's showing okay. Heard everything click. The AC made my little unit click down there. My continuous power supply just made a loud. Make sure I'm not losing power here. Uh-oh, we may have lost power. Hold on. Actually, guys, I think my power did just go out. That sucks. Yeah, guys, I might not have much connection here much longer because I may be on my battery. I think the power legit went out. Yeah, we just lost power, guys. I don't know if it's the weather. Hopefully it comes back up, but if it doesn't, then we got a really good session here in. We did what we could do, but I only have 5 minutes of battery. So, unfortunately, hopefully it turns back on. Let me check my groups real fast. Hold on. All my neighborhood group will know what's up real quick. Let's hit that. Let me hit the group. Let me create a group post. Yep. Wait, I see this an hour ago. I didn't lose power. Someone lost it an hour ago. Oh, they said all the power trucks are in the neighborhood. Yeah, I just got an email from the electric company. may be experiencing interruptions. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wind this down because I only have 3 minutes of battery on here. So I'm going to wind it down. Love you guys. But the whole neighborhood's out. And I only have 3 minutes of backup left on the computer battery. So I'll chat with you guys next time.